Have you ever tried to stand up from a chair and felt like your legs were just missing something? Maybe it wasn't pain exactly, just a strange kind of heaviness. Or you took the stairs a little slower than usual, telling yourself it's just age catching up. That's what John thought too. 67, retired postal worker, always on his feet. He used to walk 3 miles every morning before breakfast. But one winter, something shifted. His legs felt weaker, not sore like after a long day, but unstable, a little numb. He started avoiding curbs. Then he stopped taking his walks altogether. Doctor said it was aging, but deep down he felt there had to be more to it. And there was. 3 simple nutrients. That's what made the difference. Not a fancy supplement, not a new medication. Just 3 natural vitamins that his body had quietly stopped absorbing the way it used to. What John didn't know, and what many seniors never hear, is this. After 60, your legs are not just losing strength because of time. They're being starved of what they need to repair themselves. And it happens silently. No headlines, no commercials. Because the real solutions aren't designed to make money. They're designed to help your body heal while you sleep. Tonight, I want to show you how. No hype, no overnight promises, just the clear science behind why your legs feel the way they do and how a gentle nighttime ritual can help you feel stronger in as little as 30 nights. So if your legs feel tight in the mornings, if you wake up stiff, or if you've just accepted that your balance is something you have to live with now, I invite you to stay with me. Because this is where things can quietly start to turn around. Let's begin with the first and most overlooked reason your legs are getting weaker, and why almost no one is talking about it. When we talk about aging, most people expect their legs to get a little slower. You hear it all the time. Weak legs? Well, that's just part of growing older, right? But here's the truth. That's only half the story. What most seniors don't realize is that your legs are some of the hardest working parts of your body. They carry you through every step, every errand, every hug you lean down to give. And when they start to fail you, it's not just wear and tear. It's often because they're not getting what they need to recover. Not during the day, not during the night. The real reason so many people over 60 start losing strength in their legs is not just about age. It's about what's silently missing from the inside. And most of it happens when you sleep. You see, your body does something remarkable at night. While you rest, it goes to work. Where muscles repair tiny tears, your nerves reset their signals, your bones rebuild themselves quietly without any help from you. But here's the catch. That entire process depends on having the right nutrients in your system at the right time. Without them, it's like asking your body to build a house without wood or nails. No matter how hard it tries, the repairs just don't happen the way they should. This is especially true after 60. Your body doesn't absorb or store vitamins the way it used to. Even if you're eating well, the nutrients might not be reaching your muscles and nerves at night, when they're needed most. So what happens next? Muscles feel tighter in the morning. Knees feel more unstable. You find yourself sitting more, walking less. Not because you want to, but because it feels safer that way. But here's the hopeful part. Once you understand how this nighttime repair system works, and which specific vitamins your legs rely on most, you can support that healing process in a simple, natural way, and you don't need anything fancy or expensive to start. Let's take a look at the most overlooked vitamin that could be holding back your recovery and quietly draining your strength. It's one that almost no one talks about, but when taken at the right time, it can change the way your legs feel within days. When we talk about building strong legs after 60, most people immediately think of protein or maybe calcium. Some might even mention vitamin D. But almost no one talks about the nutrient that quietly helps your legs stay strong, flexible, and balanced from the inside out. That nutrient is vitamin K2. Now, I know what you might be thinking. K2? Isn't that the one for blood clotting? That's actually vitamin K1. It's found in leafy greens and helps your blood coagulate properly. But vitamin K2 is something very different, and for your muscles and bones, it can be life-changing. Let me tell you about Linda. She's 70, lives in a small town in Iowa, and loves to garden. But last year, she noticed something odd. Her knees started to feel tight in the afternoons. By evening, her calves felt like stretched rubber bands. She assumed it was arthritis or maybe just overuse. But after a few quiet falls in her backyard, she stopped bending down altogether. Her world began to shrink. Then, one evening at her local senior center, someone mentioned K2. She had never heard of it, but after learning what it does, she decided to give it a try. And within 3 weeks of taking it before bed, Linda was back tending her tomatoes, standing straighter, and even climbing stairs without help. So what changed? Vitamin K2 acts like a traffic officer inside your body. Its job is to guide calcium to the right places, like your bones and teeth, and keep it out of the wrong places, like your joints, soft tissues, and arteries. Without K2, calcium tends to wander. It builds up in places where it shouldn't be, making your legs feel stiff, your knees ache, and your flexibility fade. But there's more to it than just calcium management. K2 also plays a major role in activating a protein called osteocalcin. Think of osteocalcin as the spark that helps your muscles remember how to move, flex, and rebuild. Without K2, that spark doesn't fire correctly, and over time, your legs forget how to respond, especially at night when your body is supposed to be healing. In one clinical study from 2021, seniors who took K2 daily saw a 21% increase in quadriceps strength and a 31% improvement in their standing balance within just 8 weeks. That is not a small change. That's the difference between holding onto a rail and walking across the room with confidence. What's even more important is timing. K2 works best when taken before bed. During sleep, your muscles are actively repairing, your bones are rebuilding, and your circulation shifts into rest and repair mode. That's the window where K2 quietly helps guide nutrients and supports deep tissue healing. If you're already taking vitamin D3, K2 becomes even more important. Think of D3 as the nutrient that helps your body absorb calcium, and K2 as the guide that tells calcium where to go. Without K2, D3 can actually move calcium into places that cause more harm than good. That's why some people who take D3 without K2 still struggle with joint pain or stiffness. Now let's talk about the right form. Not all K2 is created equal. The most absorbable version is called NK7. It stays in your body longer, which means it can work steadily through the night. You don't need a high dose either. Most seniors see benefits with just 100 to 200 micrograms daily, and because it's fat-soluble, taking it with a small snack like a piece of cheese or a spoonful of almond butter can help your body absorb it more effectively. The problem is, K2 is hard to get from food. It's found mostly in fermented foods like natto or aged cheeses, which aren't part of most American diets. So if you're not eating those regularly, your body is likely missing out. But here's the good news. You don't need to change your whole lifestyle. Just one small tablet before bed, taken alongside your D3, can begin to shift things in your favor. You might start to notice that your legs feel less heavy in the morning, your balance improves, that tightness in your knees starts to ease. It's not magic. It's biology finally getting the support it needs to do what it's designed to do. And the best part is that K2 isn't working alone. When combined with B12 and D3, it becomes part of a nighttime trio that supports nerves, rebuilds muscle, and ensures that calcium does what it's supposed to do. Now that you know how powerful K2 can be, let's take a closer look at the next piece of the puzzle. It's the vitamin that helps your nerves send signals fast and smooth. And without it, your legs can't respond the way they used to. Let's talk about vitamin B12. Imagine trying to make a phone call, but the line is fuzzy. You can hear part of the conversation, but some words cut out. You ask the person to repeat themselves again and again until you give up. That's what happens inside your body when you're low on vitamin B12. The signal from your brain to your legs starts breaking up. Not because your muscles are weak, but because your nerves can't get the message through. This is exactly what happened to Frank. He's 74, used to be a woodworker, and had always been steady on his feet. But over time, things changed. It started with a strange tingling in his feet. Then came the nighttime twitching. One morning, while stepping off the porch, his knee buckled. No pain, no warning, just a sudden loss of control. It scared him. Frank went through the usual tests. Heart was fine, muscles looked okay, but his doctor finally checked his B12 levels. They were low. Not dangerously low, just enough to throw things off. Within a few weeks of starting a simple under-the-tongue supplement, Frank noticed a difference. His steps felt steadier. The twitching slowed, and he stopped worrying about falling every time he stood up. So why is B12 so important, especially after 60? Vitamin B12 is like the power cord that keeps your nervous system connected. It helps build and protect something called the myelin sheath. Think of myelin like the insulation around a wire. Without it, the signal short circuits. And when that signal is delayed or interrupted, your legs may feel numb, clumsy, or unresponsive. Here's what most people don't know. After the age of 60, your stomach produces less acid. That acid is essential for extracting B12 from the food you eat, especially from meat, fish, and eggs. So even if your diet hasn't changed, your body might not be absorbing what it used to. And over time, that slow decline adds up. According to the National Institutes of Health, nearly half of older adults have low or borderline B12 levels without even realizing it. The symptoms come on quietly: a little tingling, a sense of heaviness, calves that feel stiff in the morning. These signs are easy to dismiss or confuse with other conditions like arthritis or circulation issues. But underneath, the nerves are asking for help. And nighttime is when that help matters most. While you sleep, your body goes through its repair cycle. If B12 is present in your system during this window, it supports the rebuilding of nerve tissue. It helps reset your motor control. And for many seniors, it also supports better, deeper sleep by calming the nervous system. The good news is that you don't need to rely on food alone. The most effective form for seniors is methylcobalamin taken under the tongue. This method skips the digestive system and goes straight into the bloodstream. It's gentle, it's easy, and for many, it begins working within 10 to 14 days. Start with 1,000 micrograms each night, taken at least 2 hours after dinner. No need to swallow anything. Just place the tablet under your tongue and let it dissolve while you wind down for the evening. When you pair B12 with the right nighttime rhythm, you create a foundation for better balance, quicker reactions, and stronger muscle contractions. And you give your nervous system a real chance to reset, not just survive. Now that we've supported the nerves and directed calcium to the right places with K2, it's time to focus on the fuel your muscles need to grow and recover. This next vitamin is often called the sunshine nutrient, but it does far more than support your bones. Let's take a look at the quiet power of vitamin D3. Now that you understand what each of these vitamins can do, the next question is simple. How do you take them in a way that works? The truth is, it doesn't have to be complicated. In fact, the more gentle and consistent your routine is, the better results you're likely to see. Let's walk through what a quiet, effective nighttime ritual might look like. Nothing fancy, just a simple habit you can start tonight. Picture this. Dinner is done and the kitchen is cleaned. You're about 2 hours away from bedtime. This is the perfect window to start preparing your body for healing. First, reach for your vitamin B12. The best form for seniors is called methylcobalamin, and it comes in a small tablet that dissolves under your tongue. You don't need to swallow it or take it with food. Just let it sit under your tongue while you brush your teeth or sit down with a good book. It slips right into your bloodstream, bypassing the digestive system, which is especially helpful if you've had any stomach issues or lower acid levels. Give it at least 30 minutes to work its way in. Then, about half an hour before bed, take your D3 and K2 together. These two are teammates. D3 helps you absorb calcium and supports muscle growth, while K2 makes sure that calcium goes to the right place, your bones, not your joints. Both of these vitamins work best when taken with a little healthy fat. You don't need a full meal, just a small snack will do. A slice of avocado, a spoonful of almond butter, or a few pieces of cheese can help your body absorb these nutrients more effectively. You can keep all three supplements in one spot, maybe next to your toothbrush or your evening tea mug. That way, they're easy to reach and even easier to remember. Some seniors place them on a small tray near their bedside with a glass of water and a note to themselves. Others set a quiet reminder on their phone. However you choose to do it, the key is consistency, not perfection. Just the gentle act of showing up for your body every night. The great thing about this routine is that it works with your body's natural rhythm. While you're sleeping, your muscles are repairing, your nerves are healing, your bones are rebuilding. These vitamins simply give that process the fuel it needs to finish the job. And unlike stimulants or medications, this ritual won't keep you up. In fact, many people say they feel more relaxed and more grounded once it becomes part of their evening flow. Now that your nighttime vitamin ritual is in place, there's one more piece to the puzzle. Sometimes it's not just what you take, but how you live that determines how well your body can respond. And the good news is, you don't need to overhaul your life. Just 3 simple changes in your daily rhythm can quietly boost the power of everything you're already doing. Let's start with the first one. Hydration with intention. Most people drink water only when they feel thirsty, but by the time you feel that thirst, your muscles have already begun to dry out. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at signaling dehydration. That dull aching in your legs at night or that sluggish feeling in the afternoon might not be aging at all. It could be that your blood is just a little too thick, slowing down the delivery of nutrients to your muscles and nerves. Try this. Every hour and a half, have a small glass of water. Nothing extreme, just a steady rhythm throughout your day. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber if that helps make it more enjoyable. Then, about an hour before bed, stop drinking so you don't wake up for the bathroom. It's a small shift, but one that helps your vitamins reach the places they're meant to go. Second, lighten your last meal. Many seniors eat dinner too late or choose something too heavy. If your evening meal is loaded with starch or sugar, your body spends the whole night trying to digest instead of rebuild. That means missed opportunities for healing, and often more inflammation in your legs by morning. Instead, think simple: a piece of grilled chicken or a hard-boiled egg, a handful of steamed vegetables or some leafy greens with olive oil. Give your body at least 2 hours to process it before taking your vitamins. That quiet window lets everything settle so your nighttime repair cycle can begin on time. And many people find they sleep better when their stomach isn't working overtime. Finally, move your legs gently before bed. This isn't a workout. It's a message to your nervous system. Just a few minutes of slow, intentional movement gets the blood flowing to your lower limbs and tells your body that your legs are still alive and engaged. Try this. While sitting in a chair, lift one leg straight out and hold it for a few seconds, then switch sides. Do 10 slow ankle circles, or stand at the edge of your bed and rise gently onto your toes, then back down. 5 minutes is all it takes. Studies have shown that this kind of movement improves circulation overnight and helps reduce stiffness by morning. So to review, drink a little more water throughout the day, eat a lighter dinner with time to digest, and move your legs gently before sleep. When you combine these 3 habits with your B12, D3, and K2 routine, You create the perfect conditions for your legs to rebuild naturally and quietly, night after night.